Hello, everybody. Welcome to Into the Score. You know who it is. Avishai Darash, your host for this podcast. And Into the Score, we talk to very interesting people about arts, culture, entrepreneurship, what makes them tick, sometimes day-to-day politics, and everything in between. We're so happy to be back in the studio, although we are actually very consistent. Every single week, we're putting an episode for you, the followers out there. Yes, because we love you, because we're bringing such high-level content for you guys. You know how it is.
True story.
And today, I'm very happy to have a friend here and also a great human being, Daisy Lee. How are you?
Could be worse.
Could be worse. Okay.
Could be better. Daisy Lee is my social media name.
So
My real name is Ian.
Ian, yeah.
Because if I'm biking through the city and somebody shouts, Daisy Lee, I won't stop biking.
Ah,
If
okay.
you shout, Ian, I'll hit the brakes and I will stop.
Yeah, that's funny because when we were hanging out, like in the vintage store, like next to the hummus place, it was Ian constantly. But then you added me on Facebook, or I can't remember, and I was like, who is this? Hey, wait, so are you Daisy or are you Ian? And it's like, I didn't know exactly, like, but it's good to know.
Yeah. So Daisy Lee is a good burlesque name, right? So that's how a lot of people know me. But yeah, my real friends should know it's actually my middle name. And
Daisy is your middle name and Lee is the last name, or Daisy Lee?
Ian is my middle name.
Ian is your middle name. Ah.
You know how to get your stripper name, right?
How to get what?
Your stripper name?
No, I don't.
You
I don't know how to get my
Well,
stripper
if
name.
this little music career thing doesn't pan out, you might need to a pseudonym. And,
It's suffering right now, so I can.
okay, well, adult
So,
entertainment.
stripper.
There's always work for handsome, good-looking people. So it's either your let's see, for your first name, it's like your first pet. Generally is your first name, and then your surname is either your mother's maiden name or the street you grew up on, which doesn't work for city kids.
So it's like piece of shit genocide for me. No, I'm kidding.
no, it's like fluffy 16th Street doesn't really work. So it'd be like fluffy. I'm just gonna gloss over that. Fluffy
Bleecker Street.
Bleecker.
No. For me, it's like Gdouda Ivri, but it's really hard to say that word.
Yeah, that's a street.
That's a street.
grew
Yeah,
up
that's
on.
where I grew up. Yeah.
What does it
in
translate
Jerusalem.
as?
The Hebrew battalions.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it will work now.
Okay. So this is good though culturally to know some little funny game. Finding your stripper name doesn't translate so well to every culture. So
No, but I will
Good to
probably
know.
call myself like some John
What was your
Smith.
first pet?
My first pet was Lahav.
Oh.
Lahav. Yeah, which means like blade.
Cool.
Yeah, Lahav. And it was a really crazy dog that we got like from some asylum thing.
Oh yeah.
And we really wanted to like just take care of the dog, but it started biting people all around. And then my parents kind of understood we can't really contain that dog with small kids.
Yeah.
And they took it to the police. It was a German Shepherd. And from that day on, every time I would see like a German Shepherd with the police, I would be like, oh, is this Lahav? And I was like,
Oh my God.
so yeah, it was the first time like I had abandonment issues with a small pet.
Interesting.
But now I have cats. So I have to say, I'm a cat person.
But back to stripper names.
Yeah.
I can make anything sound sleazy. Like if you're a male dancer, it's like, and now on stage, Blade. Woo! Right? Okay, so. But you're a cat person, okay?
I'm a cat person just because I didn't know that they're so independent.
Yeah.
In that sense that like they're really like, you're living in my house, bitch. You know, it's more that. And with dogs, it's more like, hey, when are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Are you back?
Are you back from the bathroom?
Exactly.
But cats, why do people even name cats? Cats aren't going to come if you call them, so.
Exactly. And he has this like attitude of, where's my food?
Attitude.
Yeah, attitude of like, where's my food here? And then sometimes he comes and hugs us, and then he kind of, I had enough. You know, it's
Yep.
like with cats, like I had enough, don't touch me, and then he just goes
Yeah.
away. It's like this troubled relationship. But tell me, Ian, take me,
Yes.
take me from the beginning. I want to know from the beginning, because you're American. You found yourself in Amsterdam.
I'm still American.
I said you're
Still
American.
technically American, but I live here for most of my life. So this is, I see how I deftly got it to one of my favorite topics, identity. Identity and patterns of migration. My other favorite topics is cannibalism, but that's something different. We could talk about that another time. I'm not allowed to say. Was that the C word I wasn't allowed to use?
No, the C word is different.
But
You can say, listen, you can say whatever you want. Like, you can talk about whatever you want. It's okay.
Nicaraguans?
Nicaraguans also, yes.
So I saw the light of day for the first in San Francisco many moons ago. But 3 of my 4 grandparents were immigrants. So American, no, you're not really American. Like, yeah, you're American. You know, these things are funny because I live here most of my life now. So it's funny when, like, oh, but you're Dutch, right? And then sometimes I'm offended and sometimes who is to say what you are, right? This was Obama's big thing. Well, I don't want a black president. Well, he's not really black. Who you are, how others perceive you, how you feel, how you perceive yourself.
Yeah. But what is the thing with identity? You said that it's like a big theme for you with identity.
So when I first started dating my present man, you could tell there were times when he would just look at me like, and I don't comprehend. I was like, you know what? You just have to see San Francisco, and then you will understand some things. You know, it's a very mixed city. It's a port, right? Constant change, earthquakes and epidemics and bubbles and bubbles of bursting. So I was born in San Francisco. And then I lived in New York. And then I slammed the door of Reagan's America and came here. So I've been living here like 4 decades, almost 4 decades. So when do you, nature versus nurture, right? When do you take on, I mean, why you're raising your kids here, and then when you look at them and go, little Dutch kids, what the hell?
Yes.
Right? So
Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting because I wonder if you also have this feeling of like, at some point you don't feel home there and you don't feel home
totally,
here.
more than ever.
And all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, so what is actually this concept of feeling home? Am I actually connected to a place?
Yeah.
Does it exist?
Those are very good questions.
I mean, immigrants, also, we were talking about Joao. I was here for 25 years, right? I've been here for 15, going 16, and it's like, I recently now, because of like the horrible circumstances, I had to go to my home country, and I haven't been there for 6 years. I didn't visit. So it was like, whoa, what? I was in culture shock for the first time in the place where I was born and raised. So it's really this thing of who am I in comparison to the place that I'm in?
Yeah.
Do you share that? Do you feel?
Definitely, but I think again, as opposed to the expat experience, coming from somewhere with a shitload of money, not bothering to learn language or whatever. So you also having kids, you look for, well, I looked for anyway, the good of like, if expats are just like, oh, I just want to be here for a short while. Ooh, I want to go back where I came from. Yucky. That's basically how it comes across to me. I can be very snappish to expats who don't want, like, you don't want to eat our food? What the fuck? Why are you even here, man? So looking at the lives our kids enjoy, I like to say enjoy, like a certain amount of safety, being able to bike to school. That's amazing, these kind of things. And but constantly, who am I when people use, for the longest ass time, aren't you so-and-so's ex-wife? Like, I have a name. And now I turn into, aren't you Cleo's mom? Like, damn. Like, I am also a purse. But
Yeah, it's the identity,
as you get older, like, damn, turning into my mom. Is that a bad thing? Is that inevitable?
It's so interesting that you're saying that, because I saw it, I'm seeing it now. I have a teenager at home, So I have a 5.5-year-old and a teenager, a 13-year-old. And it's like we're basically the same person, how we talk, the voice and this. But he is trying to break free from it, which is very normal. He's trying to find his self-autonomy. He's trying to get out and become the man that he would want to be. So he's rebelling also.
Yeah.
He's rebelling. I don't know anything, and his mom knows nothing, and all that stuff,
Really?
Especially a generation of today, they're just bombarded with information. And deep down, like, I'm 38 right now, and as much as I've been trying to run away from my identity, I see that there are genetic things, physical things in my body that create this constitution that is me, which if I deny them, I'm going to deny a part of myself, and then I'm not going to be able to integrate them.
I mean, is it a bad thing?
No, it's not.
It is what it is.
It is what it
brown
is.
Eyes,
Exactly. What you said now, wow, I'm turning into my mom. It's like, even though you haven't lived in that place for over 4 decades, it's that old saying, you can take the girl out of the neighborhood, you can't take the neighborhood out of the girl.
But I'm looking at it, what you're saying. I was just thinking about it today, getting ready to come see you guys. And I was all excited and look in the mirror like, hey, I don't have a good side. Shit. Like, oh, well, throw more glitter on it, And
You're a beautiful woman. It's all good.
oh, thank you. It's the glitter. But when people are, especially women, I'm more into empowering women. Sorry, men, I feel like they seem to be doing okay. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't have a son.
I have 2 of them. So.
But yeah. So when chicks, like, I was looking at something in the mirror today, I was like, oh man, there's a hair growing there. What the fuck? And like, it is what it is. It's just our packaging that keeps our soul from drifting away. So be kind when people are like, women, like, oh, I hate my thighs. I say, your thighs, it's just your packaging. Be nice to your packaging, it's, and change, work on that which you can. But damn, people can be so hateful about their packaging, I mean, what are they seeing? If you're watching too many ads with like blonde chicks or something, I don't know, setting yourself up for failure. But I mean, what is it you're not happy with for yourself? I mean, if you find yourself being a bad person, you might want to work on that. But
I think, I know, it's kind of like, I see, of course, I'm getting like this window through my son towards that. I have like two different windows. The 5.5, which is like, he's in I call it the LSD period, which he's just like, the world is amazing, and Papa, I love you. And then my son, which is the GHB, which is more like, what do you want? Like, and like teenager, and like, and and what I'm getting is this being aware all of a sudden of the body, aware of the external.
Him or you?
I'm talking more about the 13-year-old.
I was going to say, I bet he feels kind of gross.
Yeah, he's like,
what's that smell? Oh,
yeah,
it's
what's
my
this? Oh, I
armpits.
smell and this. I'm like, he's 180 and he's like weird and lanky, but he's also an extremely pretty kid, so he gets attention.
Oh, yeah.
And he works on his body, so he thinks, oh, this is what's important.
Oh, yeah.
This. And then as life continues, you understand that the content of your character is way more important. How you carry yourself. What are the things that come out of your mouth? Like, what are the concepts? What is your, do you have, what type of morality do you have? What type of what is the vision that you have towards life? And do you want to be a part of society, or do you want to just take?
You're not saying this to him, are you?
Oh, we're talking about it every single day.
Ooh.
We have heavy conversations.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm just giving him seeds all day.
Yeah.
Seeds all day. The seeds that I got as a kid were a lot to do with power and success, and the enemy of the good is the better, and number two doesn't mean anything. You need to be number one constantly. Very like elite education. I suffered from it, I can tell you, and I'm like outweaving it every single day. It's very like, one stone at a time to take it out, these walls.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you did a great, I know your daughter, she was here for a podcast and we had a great time. So this is also a reflection of your parenthood.
I definitely think, it takes a village. Her dad was also a very smart, funny, well-read guy. But I credit also her Dutch grandparents, who were very, there's a great expression for it, bedekt met de mantel der liefde. With like, even if somebody would like majorly fuck up, they would still be a warm family and be like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So there were times when I would be like, yeah, it should be, yeah, trying to listen to me. Who am I? One person, and they...
How old were you as a mom?
I was like 23.
23, that's young.
Yeah.
Man. I was 25, so that's young.
Yeah.
Young kids.
Just barreling around. But her grandparents having a very being a calm, safe haven, and they live very close to me and her father. So that really helped, that he and I were busy in this death grip. And I was like, okay, let's park Cleo over at Oma and Opa's and like do. So I find now I'm starting to see, because you must see this also with your older son. Sometimes you're like, whoa, they're kind of just the same though. Cleo is the same person as when she was small, but it's like there's certain times like, you've always been like that. Okay. So yeah, I definitely would never dare try and take credit for my daughter, because she always had this inner voice also. I think it's also some Dutch thing. My inner voices were telling me. It's just a loose cannon. I had to go back and do a lot of apologizing.
You had to do, she had to do.
Me.
Wow.
People.
I have to say, as a parent, to apologize to your kids is a great gift. You can give it to them.
Really. Not only my daughter, ex-boyfriends, many ex-boyfriends. Yeah. And some of them are like, thank you, I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I apologize.
To apologize, take responsibility, accountability.
Absolutely. You have so much power as an adult, as a parent.
Yeah.
Like my poor mom had way too much, as a single-ish parent, had way too much power, and she didn't even have a mother herself. So who gives you all this power? And like, what do I know? I'm just the one doling out the cookies. I'm the one who makes the food, and I don't know.
It makes me think of this sentence, like people say, once you have kids, you will die for them. You're willing to die for them, but you're willing to start living your actual life that you want to live. That's a different thing.
Wow, you're aware of being looked at. If it's I'm
sorry, I was in constant air conditioning and 45 degrees air conditioning, 45 degrees for 2 weeks. So I'm like, ugh. But Joao is used to me coughing. we're gonna get a T-shirt. Yeah, cough.
Oh, but just also Cleo said like, because I had all my jewelry. I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna pile up my jewelry to oh no, rattly rattle. And Cleo's like, I was like, fuck, am I gonna what I'm gonna wear? And she's like, yeah, Joao can edit that out. I was like, oh, poor Joao. How much jangle.
No, it's okay because it's like catching like this.
But this is nothing. This is nothing.
I know, but it's also if you were jingling, like,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry. We'll mix it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry. If you
Yeah.
were jingling.
Okay.
I want to hear about your first day in Amsterdam. I heard from Joao that you came to Queen's Day, right?
Actually, not true because I was first here in 67.
67, but you were born in 62.
Edit that out. No, yeah. But it turned out later that my mom probably had a lot of money from the divorce or something, so she did the grand tour of Europe. We're going to Europe when we were in France, and when we were in. But the Netherlands made a really big impression on me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Madurodam.
From such a young age.
Madurodam. Have you been to Madurodam?
Like the small.
One of the high points of my life.
Oh, like the miniatures?
Yeah. Up until like 10 years ago. And my husband's like, you and your fucking Madurodam. Come on, we're going to go to Madurodam for your birthday. And I was afraid it was going to suck. It was great. We went 2 birthdays in a row. And he's like, okay, no more Madurodam. But aside from that, yeah. So I met my ex-husband in Berlin. His band was touring. And he said, yeah, come to Amsterdam. You'll dig it. So, okay. Hitchhiked here from Berlin. La, la, la. Got picked up by a trucker with wooden clogs. I was like, this is going to be great. Amsterdam's going to be great. Hee hee. And he dropped me off at the Central Station on the 30th of April, 1985.
1985.
End of the day, Queen's Day.
Wow.
Yeah, that face. I was like, the Dutch must really like to party, because I thought it was like that every weekend. I should know.
Can you imagine you arrive to this like mayhem and you think, how do people live here?
Broken bottles, orange streamers on the street, people pissing against the church. And so that was my impression of the Dutch. The one day they let themselves go, right? And be friendly and talk to,
That is so true. That's so
right?
true.
Yeah. So that was my, it's true story. Yeah.
And so what is the thing? Did you just stay in Amsterdam after that?
Well, sadly, I was thinking about this today, weeding. And obviously, I speak Dutch after 4 fucking decades. It's like, so really, really relishing. I'll also compliment to you. I really, really like about that in your interviewing, I never hear you use cliches.
Oh, okay.
I really, in this, what is that? The people, that's in our DNA, the DNA of our company. Yeah, these are like the pearls of this. I was like, stop it. I'm going to I'm confiscating those 2 words. Stop it. You're not only allowed to use them in medical situation. God.
I actually said the DNA of our, but I did say it in the beginning of the interview. but
it's
tell me, like,
marketing term. It's a fucking marketing term. Anyway, whatever. I forgive you.
But you were basically, you came to Queen's Day. And
Right. So I was gardening and thinking about Dutch language for some reason, and gleefully some terms. And then I was thinking my ex-husband, if we hadn't, he got something in his head where he thinks we're like mortal enemies. He got into his head that I ruined his life. Not true, because we were friends for years. And then he got this thing in his head, and I was like, damn, weeding. I was thinking, damn, I wish he was around just so we could speak in Dutch, and he could, like his father, I have good contact with his father, and his father's always like, oh, that's a good turn of phrase. And then he'll like laugh at some Dutch expression I use. And it's just fun. Like "kor blij me" comes from God blind me. So like, don't say "kor blij me." Don't say that, just in case God is listening. But also speaking cliches, you're not, how much are you saying what you mean, or just some like little cute turn of phrase you've heard 1 million billion fucking times, and stop it. Oh yeah. So my ex-husband was.
I like the ADHD interview that we're having here.
Yeah, going out every which way. But
No, it's all good. I keep the rode draad. You know?
and where are we going with our rode
I have
draad?
no idea where we're going, but it's all good.
So my ex-husband was, so I came and then I went back to Berlin, got the rest of my shit, which is like literally a duffel bag and a smaller duffel bag. And I came back and got pregnant fairly quickly.
The power of children.
Well, when it was turned out to be a female child, I decided to stay here because I think the Netherlands hates women a bit less than America. So, female child can drink a glass of wine, wear low-cut clothes, bike home, not get abducted by aliens, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, there's a whole femicide now in the Netherlands,
which is fucking punch in the gut because I was like...
Yeah.
Well, not only because my daughter does bike in the dark, because moet toch kunnen. Fiets naar huis. Yeah, you're not going to take a taxi, Uber everywhere, because...
Yeah.
So...
I mean, that was one of the reasons that I moved here. I remember when there was like a thought for me, because of the music and the jazz and all that stuff. Everybody's like, New York, New York, New York. You have to go to New York. And
really?
Then I went to like a trip with my friends here when I was 19. And I saw the school. And I saw like the environment, and I felt very safe here. Oh. But then I decided to go to New York, and that shit was crazy. Like, New York was insane for me.
What year are we talking?
2009. So it was just after the crisis. Obama was just elected. It was absolutely insanity. It was I was there in...
Bad insanity. Bad insanity.
It was, I mean, I think personally also I didn't understand actually what I'm getting myself into in New York. Because I was some kid from Jerusalem. I had no idea. I was like, oh, let's go, and it's Friends and Seinfeld, right? New York. It's like, no, it's like the gutter,
Well, I lived there in 84, and bums were roasting pigeons over barrels of garbage. So shooting galleries. That's a different New York, but...
It's a different one. That was when New York was, like, dangerous.
It was fun. It was so fun. I loved New York. It's like, bye-bye, San Francisco.
But you have this, like, feeling, like, you like to touch danger, and, like, because you spoke about cannibalism also, and, I mean, you didn't speak about, you said that these are themes
it's not danger. Are there cannibals lurking around? That's
no,
fascinating.
But I mean, it's like death. It's connected to death. And if you say that New York was cool and fun back then...
It was in San Francisco. It was in San Francisco.
How was San Francisco back then?
Come over here with your arm.
Yeah.
And people are like, hi.
I'm
like, don't fucking touch me. I don't like that California touchy-feely shit.
Okay.
You can say hi standing over there. Stand the fuck over there. I'll decide if you can hug me. Probably not. I immediately liked New York.
What did you like about it? The diaper smell or what?
Okay, different New York. So I worked at, this is fun for my stalkers. I worked at this place called The Compound. It was like a punk rock shopping center. It was an old firehouse that was in the Mission, built on top of the previous firehouse that disappeared into a crevasse in the 1906 quake. So fun. Downstairs on the ground floor, we had a cafe, a record store, little hairdresser. And upstairs, there was a clothing store. And of course, even in like 81, 82, I was working with vintage. The owner, the guy who set the place up, he lived upstairs in the building. He wanted to go on a buying trip. So he was from New York. So like, come on, we're going on a buying trip. So went to fucking New York. And it was like, it was so different. Also because the racial makeup, like on the West Coast, you had more Latin Americans. West Coast, you had like Puerto Ricans. And then, so my boss, it's like, come on, it was punk rock times, right? I was playing in a band, et cetera, badly, but okay. So we went to a gig, this place called the Red Parrot, and punk rock, right? What's punk rock to you?
Punk rock to me is like, I just think about it musically. It's like a lot of bass drum, distorted guitars, fast, dirty, and actually kind of taking, let's say, rock and just spinning it up more in terms of tempo.
I'm playing it badly. I'm playing it badly, generally.
But I mean, there's like really good punk rock. I mean, really like played really well. I mean, it's not.
Like
it has to be really tight, you know.
Oh, really?
Just from the stuff that I heard, I don't know artists and stuff, but like when it's good, I can really appreciate it. You know, when the band is together and
Oh, okay.
I mean, the drummer needs to have chops. You know.
What if there's no drummer?
If there's no drummer, so I guess the lead, the bass and the lead guitar, they need to be very stable in that sense.
Well, went to this.
I mean, this is my musician.
Yeah.
way
I'm
of
just
looking
curious.
at
But
aesthetics.
I'm not a musician, so
No.
we went to this place, and there was like 5 black guys on stage, no instruments.
No instruments.
What the fuck? I was so mad, but it turned out later it was Grandmaster Flash.
Damn.
So, so it was just so different because garage bands or punk rock, then it's played in garages because California, you have, obviously not everywhere, but you have a garage and kids go start a band in the garage, right?
Yeah.
So and now I got bragging rights, but at the time I was so mad, like anybody could fucking play badly. Even I play badly. What the fuck, you guys? So I don't know. Once you see New York. So I went back to San Francisco. I was like, oh, get the fuck out of this burg, man. I want to go back to New York. Sold everything, did not even fucking care. But did you live in New York?
I lived for a year.
You did?
I lived for a year, yeah. It
For
was
the
very...
music
Yeah, I lived for
conservatory.
music, and I just saw the city. I was very young. I was 21.
Yeah.
I have to say, it was like...
Same.
Yeah, and I came... I was just... Like, if I think about it, I didn't meet my best friend, which became a really big integral part of my life. Shout out to Tony Parra. And
He's an American.
he's an American, yeah.
Musician.
He was a musician, he was a drummer, and he turned yoga karaya afterwards. He turned like to a yoga master after that. And then he actually guided me in my yoga studies and meditation and all that stuff. He went through like crazy transformation. He was like overweight, unhealthy, this, and he just went into a transformation, became like the epitome of health, you know. And I was a bit directionless, you can say, and because what I realized, at least with music, in that sense, it's good to. This is just my advice to people. It's good to be in a school because you get into a community of musicians pretty quickly, and you get in contact with musicians. Because musicians, especially instrumentalists, we need a safe environment to be able to practice in it, and to practice our craft with musicians. So it's important that we are coming in contact with that, because New York has, because it's such a fast-paced city, very expensive, you can get sucked into distractions. At least for me.
Don't you think every major city is going to be like that?
I think, yes,
Amsterdam?
I agree with you. Amsterdam, when I came to Amsterdam after New York, it felt like a village.
Yeah,
Very
it's small. It is
and
small.
like and relaxed. There doesn't have this like New York minute. It seems I was told this joke is that because every single place you go into New York, they give you a glass of water to drink. That's why everybody's walking like they're looking for the bathroom.
That's a theory. Okay.
Everybody's walking like, I need to get to the next toilet, because every place they give me a glass of water. So everybody's just hyper-focused on the next goal, and no eye contact, no it was like this, like I remember on the 14th Street, like the train there, or the L train, it's like just carpets of people, but I felt at least very much by myself a lot. So I'm a person who loves solitude, but it felt lonely. So there's a difference between solitude and loneliness. And I was too young. Here I was too young for it, and it didn't fit me. And of course, if I would do it now, it would be a completely different story. But the musicals, I remember that it was just, the level was so overwhelming at some point. And that happens to most musicians. You come and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then like you realize the level is in such high like place that you're like, man, I need to practice. Like, I need to go back to Israel and practice, man. This is like insane, the level here. But
you were being supported. You didn't have to work in America.
I had to work in stuff.
Because this is my theory, that New York, when I first came here, I was so mad. I was like, what the fuck? People sitting in cafes, drinking in the afternoon. Shouldn't you motherfuckers be at work? But paying way too much rent in New York because we all want to live on that stupid little island.
Exactly.
So even then I was paying $1,000 for a sublet.
I was
not just the people looking for a bathroom, but also the homo to TikTok pay the rent.
That's the thing, is that I was just stressed about money constantly. And I had to resort to doing stuff that put me in danger, in that sense.
Even without a stripper name?
Without a stripper name, no.
What did they call you?
It was a different name. Huh?
What did they call you? How did they call you?
They called me and I would bring them stuff.
Oh, same. But do you know who Gibby Haynes is?
Gibby Haynes? No.
You know who Gibby Haynes is?
Gibby Haynes? No.
The Butthole Surfers?
The Butthole Surfers? No.
That's why...
What?
The singer asked me to marry him because I was the beautiful bringer of the things. And
oh, yes.
Yes. So the combination of like, think about it later, like, why would you ask me to marry you? Would you think you would like get free goods or something? Like, what's behind that?
Yeah, don't get high on your own supply, like they say.
Yeah.
Because it costs a lot of money. And that's the thing, that it got quite out of hand towards the end, and my visa kind of ran out, and then I got back to Israel to just just recalibrate myself, and I was like, what the fuck?
Decompress?
What the fuck have I been doing? I was like, I couldn't believe that I got myself involved in it, because exactly what you're asking, like, you had to work, you had to this. I had some money, but it wasn't enough. I had to just constantly think about that, and it wasn't enough. And
it wasn't pressure from your family saying like, yeah, what have you been?
Also, a lot of guilt connected to it, and it was like, because tuition in the States is so ridiculously expensive that also it's hard to think of like going to a jazz school, paying 120 grand or something for a degree, and being like, so what now? You know what I mean? So I would have to pay this until I'm 50 or something, or the student loans that I saw people get really embroiled in it, losing so much, the compounded interest on top of it. Tough. But
high school dropouts. I just found out that my grandmother, my Swedish grandmother, when she was 16, she wasn't happy with something the teacher was saying. She jumped out of the window and ran away and never went back to school. I was like, Grandma, I didn't realize. We have more in common than, why was the bitch being all like, hoity-toity about, like, see, if she had been real, we could have had some good ass talks. So
isn't it interesting that when you start like investigating about your ancestry, you're like, you see just the patterns.
Oh man,
repeat for better or for worse.
Yeah. Oh,
you're like, you think your case is special, and then you're like, oh, I see, like that happened like 7 years ago, or that happened 100 years ago, or that happened, and you're like, oh, because you came from somewhere.
I don't think I'm so special.
No, but I'm saying not special that you are special, but to who did it happen in my family that this particular case happened? Or am I the only one in my ancestry line that this happened to? And you realize karmically it's like connected.
But these are such different fucking times, like poor Cleo started getting a degree, and then, we didn't know that the work she does now or certain things would exist 5 years ago. So I'm not spending a lot of time. Again, the loose cannon thing. I'm not spending a lot of time looking back now that I've said my apologies to all the people who deserved apologies.
So you're saying you were a loose cannon?
Oh, yeah.
So because it's hard for me to imagine that because you're like so soft and sweet. But what was the? Oh, I saw something. I saw something like
know me?
just like
Yeah,
looking at me.
Maybe I think so. With you and me, somehow quickly, I felt like we were on the same side. Like you were having problems with the mother of your first child at the time, and for some reason something resonated that I was like,
"All right, you were still."
I was really listening to you.
It's still a thing, huh? It's still a thing. I mean, it's really. Yeah, we were trying to work together now because our son really. It's funny because listen, parents, if you're listening, you have responsibilities. Meaning also that if you're not going to solve, if you're not together, I'm not a parenting counselor. I'm just saying from own experience. If you don't solve it within yourselves, if you don't actually work together, it's going to be reflected in the child.
Or like how fortunate I was really fortunate with my in-laws anyway, having them to de-escalate or like like if you see a dog fight or something like, break it up, like stand in front, just stop that negative flow. So Cleo was just blissfully la la la, and
okay, that's fantastic. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry. That's.
I mean, we're getting there. Eventually, we have to work together. I mean,
seriously,
we gotta work together, and because it got into a point that he's not in a good place. Like with his, he's very. He's an amazing kid, but he had to disconnect himself emotionally a lot of times because of just not feeling safe in a lot of situations. Yeah. And especially when we met 10 years ago, that was like the heat of it because it's just before they left to Portugal. And and it was right. And it was just after my mother passed away. And then it was like, and it's still, there's still things coming from the past. Again, forgiveness is a very important aspect of being able to move forward. There's no, they have this thing in Dutch, sonderover and, doorgaan. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the sonderover. I don't, it just because without the forgiveness, without speaking with each other, without having some sort of closure of what happened and recognition and acknowledgement.
The other thing the Dutch like to say that I'm really not on board with is oude koeien uit de sloot halen.
Yeah.
That's generally like, oh, you keep bitching about that. I don't want to fucking hear it. That just means somebody doesn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but at a certain point, I blah, 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 and like blah, 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 blah. You know what? Even I'm tired of hearing me whine about something. Okay. Let it go. And for whatever situation, I mean, you can only imagine how sick others are of hearing you going on and on about the same fucking thing. But if not feeling heard is a very bad thing, not feeling heard. And so it doesn't, just because one is apologized to doesn't mean it's still up to them to accept it.
I gotta say with the oude koeien uit de sloot, I agree with that. And it depends really on the situation also, because if it still bothers the person, I believe that the trauma is still in the body, and if you're not actually addressing it in the sense of, hey, there is an issue that continues repeating. Doesn't matter if it happened 5 years ago; it's still present. Maybe not to the same extent or the same toxicity, but it's still present. And if we're not going to talk about it, we're basically suppressing. Yeah. And when you're suppressing, it's like you're pushing, and then it's going to just like come out in such a unhinged
I see it
way.
as poisoning everything, but things sometimes, like my poor mother, her mother was always in an institution. My mother didn't even know her mother. So she wouldn't say something about that, like, well, I didn't have a mother. How should I know how to mother? And I was like, ooh, boo hoo hoo hoo, and only realized I later realized, what does that mean? I mean, she was a terrible mother. I'm sorry.
Your mom was
Yeah.
a terrible mom. Yeah.
And then she tried to get closer to me after I had a child. And I was still so mad. And I did say something to her, and she denied it. And I just realized, oh, either she can't or won't remember that time. And I was watching her like, but you can't like keep doing shit and then me forgive you. So I drew a line in the sand again. Now we're talking
a boundary,
slow
yeah,
or whatever. And she never showed that behavior, that kind of behavior. So I really think for whatever reason, maybe she suppressed it. Maybe it was medication, psychotic growing up with, and she never did it again. So I was like, okay, now it's up to me to forgive, even though I was fucking mad and I wanted a fucking apology for the wrongs done to small me. But okay, and then move on without my fucking apology.
But hey, look, you're breaking cycles. You apologize when you hurt people.
Sure.
It's quite, think about it. The example, the blueprint that you got was not that.
No.
So it's kind of like the cards that you've been dealt in that sense, in terms of like, let's say your nervous system even, then it was like, no, there is no apology. There was gaslighting, there was lying, there was manipulation, I guess. I don't know. I'm assuming.
Crickets. In this situation, it was
like silence.
She denied it.
She denied it. But that's gaslighting in that sense. Or
no.
Let's say it's denial, okay?
Yeah.
It's denial, so it's not acknowledging your emotions or not acknowledging what it is that you went through.
My rage.
But then you're able, if you hurt Cleo and you did something that hurt her and she raises it, you can take responsibility and say sorry, right?
I preemptively apologized, and
that's breaking a cycle. That's great.
It was terrible though, because she already was like, "You're a great mom." I was like, I can think. Do you ever have like echoes, like something like, even as a kid, you hear your parents saying something kind of like in a Cody language, and you're like, what's up with that? And then now as a grown-up, you're like, oh, I know what that fucking meant.
Yes, of course.
So
of course.
I'm hearing
I think
that.
every single kid that turns parent has it. I mean, in
Really?
generalizing.
You think it's,
I think that because like the kid comes out and you're like, wait, that's my dad talking right now out of me. Or like you realize all of a sudden, or like remembering specific scenes from your childhood where it just plays out again.
Oh.
And it's almost like an itch, it's almost like a cough that you can't.
Oh, interesting, because I'm also seeing it. Some motherfucker in a band with my ex-husband, and maybe you're right again. Maybe is it being a parent, because I just remember treating people unfairly. Again, ex-boyfriends, men who loved me or thought they loved me. And
They were projecting.
And I was just, yeah. I'm bored. Bye. I'm gone. And then like, looking at the situation, I could have been, I don't want to use the word nicer because it's such an empty word, but so going back and apologizing, like, I was a bit of a dick, wasn't I? And they're like, yeah. Okay, good. I've said and I won't do it again. I won't take people so lightly or whatever. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to give them what they want.
No.
But
I think it's really
I think it's
an art form
thing.
It's an art form to be able to put boundaries properly in a healthy way. It's really an art form to be able to really place boundaries in a way that, a lot of times what happens, of course, again, I'm generalizing. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just from my own experience. a lot of times what happens is that people pass the boundary so far that when you place it, it gets aggressive, or like, okay, that's it. Tot hier, niet verder. You know, it's like, that's it. I can't.
You're talking relationships again.
I'm talking about relationships.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the most complex things that we're dealing with in our lifetime is relationships. Relationship to yourself, relationship to your body, relationship to your mind,
interesting.
relationship to people you work with, relationship to your family members, relationship to you go and you buy something in the store, small transactional relationship.
A relationship to possessions. That's
to
a big one I'm
possession,
having.
relationship to spirit, relationship. It's how do you relate to that thing outside of you, you know, or
How
internally.
interesting.
And
But because that implies to yourself
duality.
and the other, and other.
well, think about it, like relationship between you and your body, for instance. It's the illusion is that you are your body, right? But you can think of your body, so it creates a separation in that sense. Because it creates a separation, because you can think of the body, it creates basically the infrastructure of how do you relate to your body, and that becomes a relationship.
Oh, have you done much
What?
acid?
Have I done too much acid?
No. Have you done much?
Much acid?
too much.
I've done a lot of acid, yes. But I've also read a lot.
My man, should have known.
I think
Shoulda
I think
known.
LSD is one of the most powerful things that were given to us, actually, by Nazi Germany, to be honest.
I
read a fantastic book by Norman Ohler called Tripped, which
is that fairly recent?
yes, it's recent.
Yeah,
He also
yeah.
he also wrote Blitzed about
Yeah.
pervitin
Yeah,
and
fun.
crystal
Yeah,
meth in
fun.
Nazi Germany, drugs in Nazi Germany in general, which I see it as a much more coherent biography of Hitler, to be honest, in the sense
Blitzed
of
or tripped?
blitzed. I see it more
Interesting.
because you see that you're talking to someone who was under heavy substances and made crucial decisions,
Shit.
such as the Blitzkrieg, for instance. It was like this groundbreaking.
Dang.
Wow, you know, we're going through Poland and this. It's like they were on crystal meth.
And Queen Victoria. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the thing is, amphetamines have been, or like this thing of pushing the human form or body, have been a thing, you know.
Yeah.
And with LSD, what's interesting is that in the beginning it was tried to be used as a weapon, and later on, after Operation Paperclip, when they brought a lot of the Nazi scientists and developers into the States, they really abused LSD, and they got it into the CIA, and then MK Ultra kind of developed from it, Charles Manson, and it's very interesting lines, because I think really LSD is brain food. I really see it like that. I mean, if you take it in small doses, again, I'm not condoning drug use,
No, drugs are bad.
you know, but we do not do it here.
No.
No, bad.
Bad.
If you're under 18, we all drink water.
Oh, definitely. But isn't it like 20? When is the brain fully formed? 23?
25.
25.
25, yeah.
On your
No,
25th birthday, though.
On 25th birthday, go lose yourself, you know? Go find yourself, actually.
Good one.
No, but I think it's really
Hey.
like also
Did not see that coming.
also like a lot of the whole, you know, relationship with cannabis, and it's like there was a lot of things that went wrong because of powerful people that just didn't want to let go. You know, Rudolf Hearst with the presentation of with basically coming in contact with hemp that will change and revolutionize textile industry. He didn't want it. He said no.
Hearst.
Yeah, he said no, I don't want it.
But Hearst Castle.
He said
Hearst
no.
Castle,
I'm going to make sure that that reefer. He was the one that actually coined reefer madness, and he was the one that pushed this whole concept of like, if you smoke weed, it's gonna, you know, corrupt your daughters and corrupt your kids, like all this like crazy campaigns.
He was a teetotaler, though. He would have his big ass parties, and people couldn't even drink alcohol. He'd like cut them off after one drink. Like, dang, what kind of part? I mean, I guess we could have.
Psychopath, yeah. He had psychopathic tendencies, for sure.
But he did do good things like all the things he brought over from Europe, the tapestry. He would have a space
Absolutely.
built around the tapestry and not be a fucking barbarian and cut off part of some beautiful Flemish tapestry. So for that, I say thank you, Hearst. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're even finding something nice to say about the Nazis, then
No,
come
I'm not.
on, I'm going
That's the thing.
to say something nice about Hearst. But I
Like,
didn't know that. Why did he not want hemp?
Because it would mean that he would have to change all the machines, the machinery that he had already invested millions already back then, and
Machines that were making.
textile.
Oh, I didn't know he
Yeah.
was textile.
Yeah.
I knew the Spanish Civil War and other things. Damn.
Because basically it was like this new thing. All of a sudden, like, whoa, this is going to revolutionize everything.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I don't want to
He was
actually
an
let
old
it go.
guy.
He had a
Yeah.
printing press. He had the printing press back then. So he started pushing this concept through the printing press, of reefer madness.
Oh.
And now we're here.
And now we're here in Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Exactly. And actually, to be honest with you, what they're doing to the plant right now, if you think about it, man, I can talk about it for hours. What they're doing to the plant is, this is a female plant, okay? It's a very sensitive female, very sensitive.
Okay.
It has a female and it has a male counter. The male does nothing if you smoke it. The female, in low doses,
Yeah.
puts you in relaxation mode.
Sure.
It's a very nice plant to smoke. It's a ceremonial plant that comes actually in very much connection also to the same family of ayahuasca, for instance.
Okay.
You know, if you abuse
On my
that
list.
woman,
On my list.
if you abuse that woman and you squeeze out the THC from her, she's going to be mad. She is going to not like it and be jealous. And that's why we see much more cases of psychosis,
Yeah.
depression coming
Yeah.
connection to that.
Yeah.
The weed in Amsterdam right now is very, very strong,
Yeah,
very powerful, and
Yeah.
and also it's genetically modified. You know, so you're talking about a sensitive woman that has been molested in that sense, pushed, squeezed out, and then people smoke it, and what it like, this is just my perception of it, is that she gives you all these amazing, brilliant ideas, but she takes away all the energy of making them. So you can be in this like amazing traveling and all that, and then you come back and you're like, wait a second, what did I experience? And you're tired and you're like outgeput, you know, and it's.
But dosing, back to lysergic, yada yada. The dosing is so hard, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's the fun. Humans, we like our little ritual of rolling and tamping down and this and that. So if one would think it ritualistically partaking of, but it's just so easily accessible. Also, I mean, when I'm going through, I live in the Pipe, and you know, coffee shops, and when I walk by or bike by, and you see these like gray-faced, whatever the fuck it is, like also food establishments, and you see, damn, those are the people who consume this.
Yep.
I'm like, well, whatever excuse me, what are you taking? I'm not going to use that because you look fucking terrible, man, and on a large scale.
Absolutely.
So yeah, dosing. I mean, I don't want to be Dutch and say, you know, alles met mate. Like,
Alles
take
met
that.
mate.
Yeah, but to a certain extent, right? If you're indeed saying, take it in a ritual, partaking in a respectful, limited way.
I think it's with everything. Like when it gets to that level of abuse, of just, then it's that question of, are you using it to get somewhere, or are you using it to run from somewhere?
Nah, you see tourist kids walking,
Yeah.
like smoking a joint, and a very pontific, you know, very
Quantify, yeah, exactly.
Look at me, I'm smoking a joint. And I realized biking by, I have my best thoughts showering, but that's way too short. And biking half an hour to my studio in East, like biking and seeing things, and they're like, oh, that's forming a image, a theory. I don't know, that they think that's freedom, wherever they come from, some oppressive ass stupid place, or like, oh, it's illegal. Lord forbid you should drink alcohol before you're 21. Like 21. I drank everything before I was 21. I was like, I don't even want to drink anymore. So if it looks like freedom, then people are just, the whole meaning, any beautiful meaning of which or possible effects is totally lost on.
What does freedom mean to you?
It's a really good question. I mean, lack of limits.
No boundaries?
Yeah, that's just bleh, off the top of my head.
Okay.
But what does freedom? I'm having physical annoyances. You're getting older, this and that damn thing. So right now I'm thinking freedom of what's the point of life? Like, why do I want to fucking keep living? So only with a freedom of like the pain of the physical, the packaging. So otherwise, what's the end game? Like, do I want to outlive my 104-year-old grandmother, or what's the fucking point of life? So I'm thinking freedom in this. Do you have a head start? What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom, what is freedom to me?
Yeah.
I feel actually is that if I could integrate all the parts of my psyche and really accept them, then I'm free. That's freedom for me, meaning full self-acceptance of who I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Personal.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that, and then that requires let's say, an environment that can facilitate that. You know what I mean? Because
okay, that's good. I got it for a second there.
Yeah, because what I mean with that, like, to be able to integrate all that parts of your psyche, it means that you need to have time to be able to look within. You need to have a healthy body for that. I need to have to be aware of every single thing that happens to me internally, and also how do I interact with the world. I want to be free of addictions or free of self-destruction. However, I do understand that as a very creative person, I have polarities. I'm very creative. It means that I have a lot of destruction in me. So how do I bring that?
You think those are the two polar? You think that's interesting?
Because think about it like this. You're dealing with vintage clothing. You're dealing with fashion.
Textile, costume history.
Okay, costume history. You're making a new costume.
Craftsmanship also. So a lot of looking back also at previous, not so much fashion really.
Okay, so I'll rephrase it. I'll reframe it. You're dealing with creating something, right? You're creative. You're creating.
Or recreating. Or recreating.
It doesn't matter. You're creating.
Okay.
You're creating something. How does your atelier looks after you're done with something? A mess, right? It looks like a tornado came through it.
Yeah.
That is that polarity.
Yeah.
It's not like I grew up with a father who's a real estate mogul, and he builds buildings, and then I could see like the level of destruction that needs to happen before putting a building together, and then the mess that stays afterwards. It's almost, well, of course, it's not the same, but there needs to be like so much to clean up after.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what you did, in essence, was to create something new, but there was destruction intertwined in it.
Yeah.
So, because I'm a very creative person, if I don't exercise that destruction out of me, I start to either point it towards myself or towards my environment. So, for instance, for me to go to do a lot of sports, to do like hand-to-hand combat, stuff like this, it's like my system taught me to do that. Instead of smoking, doing drugs, I need like that softness, sensitivity, and politeness that I have in me. I have also aggression, and I have violence, and I have apathy. I understand that I have polarities existing within me. It's like the deeper I go, the more shallow I am. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if it's clear.
Well, this is another one of my biking, showering thoughts. I even put it on Facebook once, like, where do songs come from? And asking my my musician friends, like serious musician friends, like, how does that? Because in the practice space, and when I was dismally attempting to learn to play bass, and then my bassist friend who was teaching me how I was on guitar, and then the drummer did something, kind of trying to go at my tempo, and then around me, and we were making music. I distinctly remember. I drooled on myself. I was like, it was just fucking magic. So and then they boringly kind of broke it down for me, like, yeah, friends, yeah, then I'll start with a riff, blah, 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 and then another one will jump in, and then blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, still, it's magic. I never thought of, unless, I mean, you're painfully aware of everything's been done, like, oh, this is kind of redolent of blah, blah, blah. Or like, I hear something, I'm like, hey, that kind of sounds like blah, blah, blah. Like fucking Bo Diddley, of course. How often does it sound like Bo Diddley? But okay. Jazz, not so much. I saw Sun Ra when I lived in New York, too. I was like, what the fuck? 18 Nicaraguans with the similar hat. One's playing this and one's playing that. And then came together. Black dudes.
You're so canceled. That's great. We're so canceled, but I don't give a shit.
No. But it was fucking magic, these dudes. So, I mean, I never thought of a destructive...
Like the thing is,
musicians.
Yeah, the thing with destruction is so connected to a negative aspect of it. Oh, you destroy something that has been built and stuff like this. It's not necessarily that. I don't see it necessarily in that way. Like for instance, when these when these musicians come together and they play together, they have to destroy a part of themselves that wants to completely lose it. They have to control something. So there is actually, it doesn't mean necessarily that they're aggressive, not necessarily that they have to wreck something, but it means that there's a part of themselves that doesn't come into complete expression. So they suppress it, they destroy it, they put it under wraps. You understand what I mean?
I'm going to have to go away and think about that.
Like in the sense of we are in constant like expression, suppression, expression, suppression, expression, suppression.
I say ebb and flow. I say ebb and flow.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So it puts us like you ask me what is freedom for me is to really be able to integrate all of that, to see the full picture of it, you know? I can tell you when my brother died, I had an amazing experience, actually. I just got to Israel, and it was like very traumatic, and it was horrible, you know. And I got to the hotel, and I do a lot of spiritual practices. I do a lot of meditation, and I was very close to my brother, very, very close. And what happened is that I sat in the room, and I decided that I'm going to meditate and just talk to him. And I did that, and he appeared in front of me. And you just said that you want ayahuasca. It's like on your list to do it, right? To drink it.
Yeah.
I drank ayahuasca 3 times, and it was very similar to what happened. In terms of, I literally had an outer body experience, and I was taken, we were traveling, and he showed me the beauty of creation. He showed me how death and life are just intertwined within each other. I was like I never felt something like this. I did a lot of substances. I did a lot of meditative practices. Could be that it was the situations. I can look for the logic of why it happened, but the fact that it happened, of this like elevated feeling of bliss, complete bliss, and understanding that it's a complete experience. Life and death are intertwined. He showed me the entire history that we had as brothers, from me being like, a day-old baby until me being 38. All the experiences that we traveled together. You showed me our time in Jerusalem, like the small house that we were living into, the big house that we moved to, when he moved to Berlin, when I moved to New York, and everything. And I saw all the love that we had between us, and I understood that his death is just a transformation of the energy that we have together. It's not necessarily mean that we are done with our relationship. It just means, like the first law of thermodynamics, no energy is lost, it's only transformed. So his energy transformed. So now the perception that I have of my brother transformed. His physical body is not with me, but his spirit is with me. And I felt it so strongly. And I was awake until 6 a.m, basically, feeling this like crazy bliss. And then I could write his eulogy. I think I posted it even on the wall. Like, it just came out of me like, whoop. And if you see in the eulogy, I was talking about these dualities of him as a person. Like, I was just talking about how he showed me basically how to look at both ends of the spectrum constantly. You know, and not to, he was a great man. He was a fantastic human being. You know, he had his struggles like every other person, but he went through a very, very deep transformation within himself. Unfortunately, he's been taken from us, and we're here. But it's, again, sadness, happiness, all these things. It's all human emotions, you know?
No, I feel fucking stupid and mortal to say, like, but don't want it to end, but want you to be able to hug him.
Yes, I know.
But that's such a little mortal, sorry.
But that's the thing, it sucks. It sucks that he's dead. Yeah, it sucks that he's dead, and it's painful, and it's a huge crater has been created, and the family is broken, and there are changes that are it's life-changing for a lot of people what happened. Yeah. But we can't change that.
No. I mean, I've had dreams of my parents and then asking them something, and then I wake up and go, yeah, well, of course they answered so-and-so. You know this. So, yeah, it's a very pedestrian version of your beautiful story.
But I think it's also, it's nice to keep the magic in these experiences, you know? Like, I could look at logic and rationality and explain to what happened to me and all that stuff. But it doesn't matter. It happened, you know?
And you're that much richer for it. Yeah.
Exactly. And, you know, listen, mourning grief is fucking shit. Like, it's just horrible. I mean, I can even look from a biological standpoint of, I was literally for 2 weeks on adrenaline and cortisol.
Yeah.
And then I come back to Amsterdam and I just collapse. Yeah. Because the body just can't take it. Sleeping 1 or 2 hours a day. Yeah. And the body, like...
Intense feeling,
Intense feeling, and then not being able to regulate the nervous system. Again, it's all just... It's all just like conversation to try and just make it a little bit more bearable. You get what I'm saying? It's like this experience that we have, the suffering that we have, just to make it a little bit more bearable. That being said, like about suffering, for instance, I've been having this conversation with my son, the 13-year-old, about like the nature of suffering, you know? Like, you're going to suffer anyway. No matter what, you're going to suffer. Like, for instance, you're either going to suffer by going to the gym and taking care of your body and eating right and withholding yourself from certain temptations, or you're going to suffer from just letting completely go of yourself, being overweight, eating garbage the whole day.
Even not going to bed on time, not getting enough sleep.
Exactly.
The simplest thing, drinking water.
To you and to us, it sounds so simple. And it's like, okay, you want to kill yourself slowly? Stop going to bed on time. Don't take care of your body. And then slowly you'll see. I'm a testament to that. I did what I could with all the tools that I had to take care of myself, but I was dealing with grief and adrenaline, cortisol, like I said. And it's like, it was hard for me to get out of bed today. It was hard because I was like, oh my God, in my career, what's going to happen? And all these people. And it's like, okay, just a second. Get your stuff together. take a glass of water. And right leg, left leg. Right leg, left leg. These are the conversations that I have with his husband now. We talk every day. And we talk a lot about, you look at this top of a mountain that you need to get to now, which is your recovery from this thing. It makes no sense. You have to put the right leg first, and then the left leg second, and then the right leg third, and then the left leg fourth.
To the kitchen to eat.
Exactly. You want a glass of water? You get a glass of water.
For the children. Also.
Exactly.
Got to do it for the children.
You got to do it for the children. It's like, because all of a sudden, that's also the responsibility that we experience, this evolution of consciousness as parents, of, I'm not just living for myself anymore. I'm living for a human that I just want to be, but I hope a lot of parents, if they listen to it, you want to become a better version, because it's going to be reflected in the kids.
But I've got the problem now. My daughter's grown up. I saved her from all manner of terrible things that could happen to your child.
Yeah.
And now she's a grown-ass lady. And I'm like, fuck, what am I fucking even... What's the point? And the packaging hurts. And I've been, really... And I am a great believer in self-chosen end.
Mm.
But I've set up this system around me where I've nourished so many people. I'm there for them. They count on me, and encourage them. Actually, I have a lesson tonight, a sewing lesson for a dude. Is that the time?
Yes, 6:48. You have to go?
I'm supposed to meet him there at 7. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so let's finish it.
Yeah, but he's at my studio in
You
East.
said you stay at East?
Yes.
Okay, just a second. Let me finish
So
the
that
show.
I can't commit suicide, because that would make such waves of suffering.
Of course.
So this is the trick. First you have a child, and you are there for it. Like, well, I have to eat my vegetables because my kid's looking. And can I at least text him and tell him I'm late?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
for it. Please.
This is an 80-year-old dude.
Oh, really?
I've listened to, and he still has a lust for life. Fuck. Damn, this has been too fun. Oh, man. And the sad thing is, he lives like in Arnhem or something.
Oh, he lives in Arnhem.
Yeah.
But you know, like, could you, because the mic is like picking up everything, Ian, so maybe.
So what should I do?
Wait, so you want to text him maybe that you're late in 15 minutes? We can just finish the episode. It's all good. Like, you're part of the community that we're building already, so it's all good. Let me just close it up. All right, everybody. This
is terrible.
Ian,
Yeah.
it's been really amazing to have you. It's a talk between friends here. Thank you so much for joining us here and Into the Score. Please like and subscribe. We're bringing one of the really, I can say it. It's the most diverse and interesting podcast right now in Amsterdam for sure.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun. Please join us in other episodes. Like and subscribe. We have so much more content for you, and we're going to see you in the next one.
Yeah. Invite me back for part 2.
Of course, we're going to invite
so
you. What do you
much
mean?
wisdom to impart.
What do you mean? This is part 1. We're going to, of course, invite you for part 2. It's not even a question. Thank you again for joining us. We love you all. That's it.